So I'm not recording my laptop screen because I don't want to record Rian's face and put it on a public domain. Okay, so I'm recording myself like the way I record my classes. Okay. Now, so Rian, here's the thing, and again, no stress. Okay, no stress because we all have different skills and abilities to solve or understand things in different ways. Okay, you guys are blessed. When I was small, your age, if something is explained and if I don't get it, there'll be some punishments which I'll not tell you. Okay, but then interestingly, after the punishment, things used to be much more clearer. So we are not going that route. Coming back to a more interesting thing. Let's say somebody says 1 by 3 plus 2 by 4. Okay? If you are trying to add these two things. There is one method that you would have been told that, okay, if I have these two numbers, 3 and 4 as denominator, this one has 3, this one has 4. What I will do is, I'll pick 4 and multiply here and multiply here. Yeah? And then here I have 4 but not 3. So I'll multiply 3 here and also divide by 3 here. Yeah? Do you remember having seen something like this? Now what happened? I'm sorry?
Yeah, I've seen something like this before.
Yeah. So now what you did, you had 1 by 3 and 2 by 4. So this guy did not have 4, this guy did not have 3. So you borrowed 3 from here, multiply and divide it here. You borrowed 4 from here, multiply and divide it here. Now what you have is this. 1 into 4 is 4, 3 into 4 is 12. Plus this became 2 into 3 is 6, 4 into 3 is 12. What you have now? 4 by 12 plus 6 by 12. Okay? So you say, okay, 4 by 12 plus 6 by 12. If I consider something by 12 as banana, I have 4 bananas and 6 bananas. That gives me 4 plus 6, 10 bananas. 10, right? That is how you would have learned before.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah, and this is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay? Now, let's see. Now, if we have, let's say, somebody says 2 by 9 minus 1 by 4. Same thing. So here you have 9, here you have 4. Meaning, you'll borrow 4 from this place and put here. Sorry. You'll put here and here. And you'll borrow 9 from here, multiply and divide by 9. And then you'll add them. So, subtract them. 2 4s are 8, by 9 4s are 36, minus 1 to 9 is 9, by 4 9 36. So here you have 8 by 36 and here you have 9 by 36. If I consider by 36 as apple, I have 8 apples here and here I have 9 apples here. Right? That's how it becomes 8 minus 9 apple. 8 minus 9 apple. And whatever is the value of this one, that becomes my answer. Correct? This is how you have been doing so far. Correct?
Yes.
Now let's make our life a little more interesting. Now, instead of 2 numbers, 2 fractions, I will do 3 fractions. If I have to add them, now here I have 2, here I have 4, here I have 7. I can use the same method to do this again. So here I have 2, meaning what I don't have is 4 and 7. I'm just noting it down, okay? Here I have 4, what I don't have is 2 and 7. Here I have 7, what I don't have is 2 and 4. So I can use the same method, okay? So here, in this case, I'll multiply by 4 and 7, divide by 4 and 7. Multiply, here I'll multiply and divide by 2 and 7. Here I'll multiply by 2 and 4 and divide by 2 and 4. And I can do it. I'm still able to apply the same method, okay, to do this. But this, now look at this, it's becoming more and more complicated. Imagine you are talking about 4 fractions to be added, right? Are you with me, Beta? Are you with me? Okay. So if I'm talking about more and more numbers, my life gets more and more complicated. And there's a risk of missing something. So that is why you have a second method, which is where we use the LCM technique. And it is essentially the same. Now let's look at the two things together simultaneously. Let's say I'm talking about 1 by 2 plus 1 by 7. Okay? I'm adding it. So we'll use, this is my method 1, and this is my method 2. Okay? Let's look at both the methods simultaneously, so that will make more sense. So I'm solving the same problem in two different ways. First way that you guys know, okay, I have 2 here, what I don't have is 7. Here I have 7, what I don't have is 2. So here I'll multiply and divide by 7. Here I will multiply and divide by 2. Correct? And this gives me 1 into 7 is 7 by 14 plus 2 by 14. So if I say 1 by 14 is as watermelon, I have 7 watermelon and here I have 2 watermelon. So 7 watermelon plus 2 watermelon gives me 9 watermelon. Yeah? This is a method that you have seen. Now here, in the case of LCM, in the second method what we do, we look at the denominators. I have 2 and 7 as denominator. I'll pick 2 and 7. I'll try to find out the LCM. What we do is, we pick up the smallest number that can divide one or all of the number, or most of the number. The smallest number I can think of is 2 here. I mean, except 1. So we'll pick 2. 2 1s are 2. 7 doesn't come in the table of 2. So I will write 7 as 7. Now I have to pick the smallest number now, which is other than 1, that can divide the remaining numbers. So the smallest number that can divide, 7 is a prime number, it cannot be divided by anything else, right? It can be divided by itself only. 7 doesn't come in the table of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 even. So the smallest number that I can pick up is 7. So 1 remains 1, 7 1s are 7. So what I have now 1 in the base. I cannot go further. I have to stop here. And then what will I do? I will look at these two numbers and multiply them. 2 into 7. I got 14. This becomes my LCM. So once I find out the LCM, I'll go back to this and say I got my LCM as 14. Okay? Now you look at this. You start from the first number and you'll say, okay, whatever I do, I'll put it inside a bracket so that nobody else can see it and nobody else can mess with it. So I have 1 by 2. What is my denominator? 2. How many times of 2 gives me 14? 7. We know the table of 7 and 2 both. And then what do I have in the numerator? 1. Multiply it. First number is done. What do I have now? Plus. I'll put a plus here. Yeah? Then I'm starting with the second number. Now again same thing. I have denominator as 7. How many times of 7 gives me 14? 2. 7 2s are 14. Correct? Yeah? Riyaz, are you with me? Okay. So 2 times of 7 gives me 14. So I'll put a 2 here. Then I'll multiply that with whatever I have in the numerator. I have had a 1. Now 14 remains 14. I'm not touching that. 7 times 1 is 7. I have opened the bracket now. Plus 2 times 1 is 2. What do I have? 7 plus 2 is 9 by 14. I got the same answer. So these are two different methods that we have that we can use. One is by using a common multiplier and divider. You got this? Second method was the LCM method that we used to find out the LCM of all the denominators and then we could do it. Now, what I want to do is, I want to tell you that okay, you have both the options always, but this LCM method gives you a little more flexibility, more structure. Now, let's look at this. If I say 1 by 2 plus 2 by 8 plus 3 by 9 plus 4 by 8 4 by, let's say, 3 plus 2 by 4. Now, if we use the first technique, see, life is more difficult. Here, my second approach will say that, so basically, see, here the takeaway. If you are dealing with only two numbers to be added, you can use either of the technique. Both works, okay? Whichever you remember. Here in this case, you'll say, okay, multiply and divide by 8, this one, and multiply and divide by 2, this one. And then you can continue. Here, since we have a larger number that we're dealing with, then we will not go that approach. We'll say, okay, fine, let's find out the LCM. And LCM is fun. What are the denominators? We'll take the LCM of that. 2, 8, 9, 3, and 4. These are the numbers we have. We have to find out the LCM. And as I said, LCM stands for lowest common multiplier. Meaning, the smallest number that can be divided by 2, by 8, by 9, by 3, and by 4 as well. And this technique helps us find out that smallest number that can be divided by all of them. Okay? With me, Jans? Okay. Now, once I have this, what LCM says, find out the smallest number that can divide majority of the numbers. And I see that if I pick up 2, 2 ones are 2, 2 times 4 is 8, 9 doesn't come in the table of 2, I'll keep 9 as is. 3 doesn't come in the table of 2 either, I'll keep 3 as is. 2 2s are 4. Now, I can go to the next smallest number other than 1, or bigger than 1, which is 2 again. So 1 remains 1, 2 2s are 4, 9 doesn't come in the table of 2, 3 doesn't come in the table of 2, 2 1s are 2. Now, see, I have got 2 1s. These 3 I want to convert to 1. Same thing, next smallest number 2. 2 1s are 2, 9 remains 9, 3 remains 3, 1 remains 1. Now the smallest number that can divide most of them except 1. So that is 3. 1 remains 1, 1 remains 1, 3 3s are 9, 3 1s are 3, and 1. Now the next number I want to pick up is 3. So that 1 remains 1, 1 remains 1, 3 1s are 3, 1 remains 1, 1 remains 1. So I got 1 in the base now. If I multiply these numbers, that will give me the LCM, or the smallest number that can be divided by all of these. So look at this, 2 2s are 4, 2s are 8, 3s are 24, 8 3s are 24 into 3, 72. So 72 is the smallest number that can be divided by all of them. So I got 72. Now start from the first number. I know this is a bigger problem, you don't have to worry about it. I'm just telling you the approach part of it, okay? If you watch it again, you will look at relate. Pick up the first number. How many times of that will give me 72? That is 36. 36 times 2 is 72. Multiply that with the numerator. Okay, done. Then the next number, then I have a plus sign. I'll put a plus here. Now, how many times of 8 gives me 72? 8 9s are 72. Multiply that with the numerator. Second number done. Close the shop. Then you go to the next one. That is a plus sign. Start a bracket. How many times of 9 gives me 72? 9 8s are 72. I put 8. Then what do I have in the numerator? 3. Then this is also done. Then what I have plus sign again. I put a plus here. How many times of 3 gives me 72? It is 24. Okay, so I'm just telling you, and you guys will not get these complicated problems. I'm just showing you the approach part of it. Okay, don't worry about it. 3 times 24 gives me 72. So I put 24 here. Multiply that by the numerator. Close this. This is also done. What do I have now next? Plus sign. Put a plus. Starting the last number. How many times of 4 gives me 72? 18 times 4 is 72. Then what do I have in the numerator? 2. So, what I'm trying to convey here is that if you are dealing with only 1 or 2 numbers to be added, don't even bother. You can apply the same approach that you know. Okay. If you are dealing with larger set of numbers, more operations, then figuring out what to multiply and divide becomes more complicated. That is where this LCM method will help you solve it. Okay. So always keep the option, both options with you. And I know whatever I told, it might sound a little cryptic. That is where you can watch the video a couple of times and see, and then try doing it yourself. Okay. When I explain something, I might not be the best teacher in the world, and I'm certainly not. But you might be the best friend for sure. How? With practice. So watch the video, and then once you think that okay, you have understood it, ask mommy, daddy to give you a couple of problems and say, okay, let me try solving it. Try solving it, you might go wrong, and that's perfectly fine. Going wrong is no crime. Then you figure out, okay, did I miss something? Go back to the video, watch it again. What did I miss? Which step did I miss? And then try doing it again. So then you do it a couple of times. See, I'm able to do all these problems very quickly, not because I was super intelligent. I was one of the most average student you can think of. You guys are 10 times more intelligent than me, okay? Whatever I'm able to do, it's all because of practice. And math is all about practice. So we learn the concept, understand it, and then we try doing it. Since I've recorded the video, once I upload it, you can try solving few problems. If you get stuck, go back to the video again, watch it one more time, and then try doing it. If you got it right, do few more problems, practice it enough, then it becomes a game. It doesn't remain a stress. Okay? I want each one of my student, each one of my kid to do math like fun. Yesterday night I slept around 1:30, okay? And I woke up at 5:30 because I had classes for the kids back in India, whom you saw today. And I'm still sleepy, but I did not go wrong because I'm enjoying what I'm doing right now. So I want you guys to enjoy math, okay? Now look at this. I'm just completing it. So this is 72. 36 times 1 is 36. Plus 9 times 2 is 18. Plus 8 times 3 is 24. Plus 24 times 4 is 96. Plus 18 times 2 is 36. And I know I'm kind of flexing right now by showing you 24 times 4 is 96. I could do it very quickly. It's okay. You can, if you come across the difficult problem, you can always multiply and find it out. That's okay. Maybe because I've grown too old and I've seen it so many times, so I remember it. But then, no big deal. It'll be as easy for you when you do it. Okay? Do it. Deal with few problems. Do 5, 10, 15, 20 problems. Okay? Not because you want to complete 20, because you want to practice, because you want to enjoy doing it. Okay? That's how I would want you to do. And then if you are still facing problem, you know whom to catch hold of. So you have video that you can watch a couple of times, and if that is still not clear, I'm anyways going to start the syllabus from today for all of you from ground zero. So whatever we have learned, I'm going to forget everything and start afresh, okay, from today. So not only fraction, I will be starting from chapter 1, unit 1 of 3rd to 5th grade today. And you will find some of the things being very easy, and that's okay. We do easy things also. Yeah? Alright? Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, have more fun with math. That is how you will find it much more closer to you. Alright? So, see you in the class today evening, and then let's see what we are learning today.
Sir, do we have a class today?
100%.
Did we change the time?
No. Saturday, Sunday, this week was excluded, okay? It will be too quick to react, right? So, I'm not changing anything for the month of May. Till 31st, nothing is changing. From 1st June, I'll be changing, but that change also I will communicate. So far I've been collecting feedback from everybody, and I have compiled it. Yesterday you would have seen, I compiled that, okay, these are the kids who had some issues or conflict. So, keeping that in mind, I will publish it sometime this week, somewhere in the middle of the week, say, okay, this is the conclusion, and this is the alternate plan, and this is what I'm doing to address all the kids, okay? So don't worry about that, ma'am. I'm just putting an effort to save few hours on Sunday for myself, because that is becoming a...
Sure, sir, we do appreciate that. Definitely. Yeah. Let us know how it works.
Yeah.
Monday and Wednesday, Riyansh have swimming. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay.
He's just doing swimming. So he have classes from 4:30 till 5:45. So after that, he's free. So he's back at 6:30 by 6. So he's okay for 6:30.
My classes will be later in the evening only. So
yeah. That should be. I think that's why we said that we are good with the change. We are okay with.
Yes, ma'am. नहीं आप लोग भी आपका फीडबैक लेके ही काम करूँगा ऐसा I'm not going to impose anything because
हाँ जी बिल्कुल कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है जो टाइम आपने प्रपोज किया कोई इशू नहीं है सर
जी बिल्कुल बिल्कुल ठीक है
ओके सर मैं आपके जेल पे आज अमाउंट ट्रांसफर
अरे उसका टेंशन मत लीजिए ठीक है वो जब भी आप करेंगे चलेगा कोई दिक्कत
आई थिंक अभी
ओके ठीक है
थैंक यू सो मच सर थैंक्स
नो प्रॉब्लम चलिए बाय बाय रियांश
बाय
बाय बाय